Hi guys, today we're making quinoa veggie bowl. It's very easy to make, rich in proteins, high in fiber. For all you people out there who are looking for vegetarian options, vegan options, it's a great dish to prepare. You can replace any of the ingredients you like, use the vegetables of your choice. It's excellent for people who are working out and looking for healthy options. So let's get started. We're going to start with washing and soaking the quinoa. So here I have 1 cup of quinoa. We're going to wash it thoroughly. Make sure to do this at least 4 to 5 times. Once this is done, add some more water and set it aside for soaking. While that's happening, let's set some water to boil. And now in another pan, I'm going to toast some sesame seeds. Add some of these seeds to your pan. Make sure that the flame is extremely low because sesame seeds can burn quickly. In 2 to 3 minutes, you'll notice that the seeds have turned a beautiful golden brown color. Set them aside. Coming back to the quinoa, they have been soaked for 10 minutes. I'm draining them. In case you're wondering, I have taken 4 cups of water here, and to this I'm adding the quinoa. Cover it and let it cook for 10 minutes. It's going to take a little more time to cook. You'll notice that it has absorbed a whole lot of water. Once you see it's fluffy like this, your quinoa is ready and you can set it aside. In another pan, I have some boiling water. Into that, I've added salt and I'm putting in the soy chunks. This is a great source of protein. You can cover it and let it cook for 10 minutes. Once you notice they've become nice and spongy, the soy is ready. You can set it aside. Next, I'm going to prepare some bell peppers. So in the pan, I've taken very little oil and I've spread it evenly. Then I'm adding the yellow bell peppers, some capsicum and some red bell peppers. At the center of the pan, I'm adding some finely chopped garlic. I'm going to toss the bell peppers separately with the garlic. I'll try my best to keep the colors separate because that's going to beautify the bowl. If you're in a rush, you can just mix and toss them up together. Sprinkle some salt and cook these for 3 minutes. Do not overcook them because we want the crunch to remain. We want the colors to be bright. And once they're ready, you can set them aside in separate bowls. Moving on to the next elements of our bowl, I have 2 pans to which I'm adding some oil and some garlic. Keeping in mind that it's a healthy bowl, I'm adding very little oil. Let the flavor of garlic infuse into the oil and then spread it evenly into the pan. I have set my temperature low so as not to burn the garlic. And in one pan, I'm going to cook the mushroom and broccoli together, while in the other pan, I'm going to cook some spinach. I'm adding some mushrooms in my first pan. Then I'm going to settle these on one side of the pan, while on the other side I'm going to add in the broccoli. The broccoli has already been blanched, so we're not supposed to cook it for too long. We'll just add in our seasonings. In the next pan, I'm adding the spinach. On this, I'm going to sprinkle some salt so that it releases its moisture and cooks fast. Toss it and then cover it to cook. Bringing up my flame to medium, now I'm going to add in the peanut butter to the broccoli. Toss it well and make sure to coat each and every broccoli floret with peanut butter. This is going to add some nutty flavor to the bowl. Moving on to the mushrooms. To the mushrooms, I'm adding some soy sauce, some Schezwan sauce, some fresh red and green chilies. Raw chilies add a beautiful color to your dish, so do not overcook them. The mushrooms and broccolis are now ready, so I'm going to set them aside. The spinach is almost done. I've set my flame to high. You need to get rid of all the residual water. Once that has dried up, you know that your spinach is ready. I'm only adding some Kikkoman soy to the spinach. You can add normal soy if you wish. Once the water dries up, you can keep it aside. Moving on to the next items. In a pan, I have some oil, and into that I've added some garlic. And then I'm adding some carrots. Remember, we're not going to overcook these carrots. Cook them for barely 4 minutes. You want the crunch to remain, yet you don't want it to be raw. Next, I've added in some onions. I'm drizzling some soy sauce on these. It's going to get a mild flavor. Sprinkle some salt over them and toss them up. These are now ready, so we're going to set them aside. Now remember, in the beginning we prepared some soy chunks, we had boiled them. Now it's time to flavor them. So here I've taken some oil, added some garlic, ginger and fresh chilies. Cook these for a minute till you can get the aroma, and then add in the soy chunks. Toss these and then add some green chili sauce, some Schezwan sauce and some soy sauce. Mix them up well. Make sure to coat all the soy chunks and then add some vinegar. Mix it up, cook it well and then set it aside. At the time of boiling them, we had already added salt, so remember to not add more salt. Last but not the least, I have some firm tofu which I'm coating with honey. On this, I'm sprinkling some red chili powder. Massage it well. Turn it around and make sure to coat both the sides. Then set it aside for 10 to 15 minutes to marinate. After that, place it on a hot pan and cook it till it turns golden brown. Gently press it down. Flip it over. Cook all sides well. Use a fork to lift it on the sides. Once it's ready, you can place it aside. Now it's time to assemble the bowl. So in my bowl I have some quinoa. To that I'm adding all the vegetables that we've prepared so far. Placing the tofu right in the center. Add some sriracha sauce. Sprinkle the sesame seeds. Add in the chili oil. If you're not vegan, you can simply replace the tofu with cottage cheese. Place a lemon wedge and enjoy the bowl. Do try this recipe and let us know your experience in the comment box below. And for more such recipes, don't forget to subscribe. Happy eating!